Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to FaZe Live. Oh, it's been a big week.
Yes,
Big week.
It has.
Every week is a big week in crypto. Sorry.
Especially this one. My God,
I mean,
a huge
It
stream,
has.
and then the next day, chaos ensues on the timeline. It's like-
absolute debauchery and chaos and shenanigans. But most importantly, we had Beyond Speculation earlier this week, and we have the heroes of Beyond Speculation joining us on screen right now. I guess let's start by just talking about how it went, man. I mean, $6,000 raised, over 1 million views. You guys absolutely smashed it, man. Seb, let's start with you. What were your thoughts? How did you think the week went, or the show, rather?
Man, I mean, honestly, the show was great. Like, minimal hiccups. Thanks in no big part to Quix's amazing producing skills and figuring out things last minute as we changed from StreamYard as our streaming tool to OBS. It was pretty manic the day before. But no, it was honestly phenomenal. I mean, I think the turnout was great. The exposure was amazing. Obviously we would have liked to have raised more money, but I think in this kind of market and with everything that's going on, right, $6,000 is no joke. And obviously the donation page is still open. So if people want to contribute, they can at donate.gg, but we'll dive into that a little bit. But all in all, I think massive success. Like, couldn't have asked for a better event. When you think about this was the first time we've ever done anything this big, and we basically did it all within a month, with like mad logistical, complications, Mint running in New Zealand, film crew there, getting the stream in there, all these different kinds of things. So yeah, I'm incredibly proud of what we achieved, and yeah, just thankful for everyone who showed up and supported, and to all the sponsors that actually contributed to this event and made it a reality. So in my book, it was a big win and a nice learning opportunity for us going forward on how we can improve and do these things even bigger and better.
Absolutely. Well, we've also got Quix and Maurice joining us today from Soulflare. Both of them were in New York helping to run the show. Maurice obviously hosting, and Quix being the man behind the machine. Maurice, what about you? What were your thoughts on the event? Did it go as expected? And like, what are your kind of overarching thoughts on the event?
Yeah, it was phenomenal. It was such a good experience. It was one of those things where, you don't really know, you like have expectations, and then the reality on the ground ends up being very different. Who knew sitting in a chair was so hard on your body? Like, the next day, my body was more wrecked than when I walk 10 miles on a treadmill or do like hard workouts, during my day. So I think like for future streams, I would love to figure out a way for us to like have a standing desk or like have some, way for me to stand. Although that's very personal and not a big takeaway. I think the biggest takeaways for me were, the ability for all of us to kind of come together and in the heat of the moment make magic. And that was like really, really impressive and really incredible. And we manage our communications internally in Soulflare and Slack, and we have this channel called the Kudos channel. And the first thing I did yesterday was begin drafting a message to kind of thank Nick and thank the socials team for their support. And I think Seb and I would have been royally effed without Nick. He really came in at the last moment and saved the day. And I think, it was a big lesson there because people see these live streams and people see these productions, like, for instance, we did the community awards and Nick was on stage. And in that scenario, I was the producer. And no one knew how much production went on in the background, partially because it went off so smoothly. And it's not until you see issues on a stream or a live production do you think of like all the things that were happening in the background. So, it was really cool to see the three of us, me, Seb, and Nick come together and execute. And yeah, it was super fun. Like I can't wait to run this back. And I think what the Soulflare Guardians were able to do, clips and the in real time content was really impressive. Same thing for the Netrunner and FaZe teams. Like you guys crushed it. Taxes are hard to sell, right? Tax software is hard to sell, and raising money for causes is hard. And we decided to do both in
You're
one.
sounding a little bit muffled there, Chris.
Oh,
I think
sorry.
your mic's
Yeah, is that better?
That's better.
better.
Much better.
Okay,
Much better.
cool. So maybe the gain issues are, maybe I still have the gain settings set improperly. Yeah, so I mean the big thing that I'm trying to say here is it took a ton of us to move a mountain, and we did it. And I'm very proud of that, and I'm still kind of processing the whole experience and takeaways and lessons, and I think there's a lot of interesting stuff in the future on all of our agendas in this regard.
I quickly wanted to add on top of that also just shout out to you, Chris, as well. Obviously, Gotto for manning the ship there, and also just yourself, Tainer and Mogul as well, and the FaZe and Netrunner team, just for all the graphics and videos and keeping the content going. And then Leclop from Soulflare while I was in the chat there, and Daps, just everyone came together exactly like Maurice said. There's so much going on in the background as well. Also, as well to Board, Gabriel helping like fix overlay issues last minute. As well for like Mint trackers, and I'm actually just gonna call it. So Mint is Adam is Hash on Hash. He's Mint. We've called him a bunch of different names throughout this event because he's got a few different personas online. But Adam is the runner, and he actually built the overlays on the stream that you see that were like the heartbeat and the miles and everything, which is crazy. And he ran the thing. But anyway, yeah. So thanks to everyone behind the scenes that made this actually work.
Did Chris freeze?
I think Chris froze there.
I think I definitely think when you're kind of behind.
Chris, you're breaking up a bit. I think the Ethernet cable needs to be plugged in there, brother. Uh-oh. Chris, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you?
Yeah, you're cutting out a lot, and
I don't know what went. I don't know what happened now.
All good. Okay, you're back.
Okay, hold up. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to open the door quickly so that the internet
can connect. While we wait for Chris, I'm going to ask Quicks. How about you, Quicks? How was everything your side, brother? Anything you want to say in that regard?
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, thank you for having me part of the process. It was absolutely awesome getting to work with Maurice and Seb. You guys are true Solana OGs, and you both did such an amazing job for never having done like a long length stream marathon thing before. Like, I thought all the interviews were great. I learned a lot with the Solana Policy Institute. I thought Hammer's interview was hysterical. At the top of like the clips.
Shout out Hammer.
Yeah, dude, that was probably my favorite interview, to be honest. But you guys did a great job, like being prepared for like the content. It felt like there wasn't even like a downtime. I thought like for sure we would be taking like a few more breaks. But you guys like literally worked through it all. And even when we were on break for a couple minutes, like Seb would hop in to like narrate and talk about what's going on. Big shout out to Professor Mint, Adam for actually running and the camera crew. They did an awesome job. We got some interviews in, got some really cool camera angles, and it kind of felt like we were there running with him.
Totally.
From the comfort of our chair that Maurice is sort of but all in all, like this was something like very experimental. And I think that with that context, you know, with the final product was absolutely surpassing, I think, everyone's expectations. Everyone on this call, everyone that was like part of it. I don't think anyone had expected how good this was going to be and well perceived, but you guys did an amazing job. I learned a lot as they told you the story. I kind of was fixing the OBS the day before, and still up until like right up until the stream, there was a lot of things that I learned that I'd never learned how to do before. So that was extremely helpful for future streams. But like, props to you guys, man. Like Maurice and Seb, 10 hours, not easy to do. I stream a lot, and I know, you know, how hard it is to like always stay on and keep the conversation going. And you guys have amazing synergy between each other, so there wasn't any like bickering back and forth. I was getting frustrated with the gain myself. Like if I heard gain one more time and it wasn't about my bags, I was gonna lose it. But I think aside from that, dude, like everything else like went off without a hitch, and we handled all the problems. It was awesome working with you guys. Thank you for Solana for supporting and letting us use the Skyline space.
Yeah.
But yeah, go back to you guys, man. That was my take on the day, dude.
Shout out Solana Skyline. Also, just on that note, we got into such a flow at one point. I put so obviously we had the mic swinging back and forth between me and Maurice, and we like kind of had to like, you know, do this thing, which I think was actually quite fun, honestly, because it gave us time to kind of do what we needed to, and while the other, because we were kind of also doing things behind the scenes while one or the other was talking. But there was this one point, like in the middle of the stream, I went to go get a glass of water, and I don't even remember putting it down in front of me, but that was the one place I shouldn't have, because we're swinging the arm, and like we're busy talking. Maurice swings the arm at me, and I'm like, boom. I didn't notice, and boom, it hits the cup of water. The cup of water spills. Legitimately, I just keep on going. Quicks and Maurice get up, boom. They just start cleaning dinner, and I'm busy moving my laptop up like this, moving it out of the water. We're busy cleaning up and stuff like that, and I'm just keeping my body like like in the frame, trying to keep it cool. And they just did it, and then it was just clean, and we were done, and and then we all just synced back up again. Like we just hit such a crazy like flow state. I mean, it was a lot of water as well. Like it was a decent.
It was a full glass of water. May I add here? It was a full glass of water, but I thought it was a really like weirdly beautiful moment, because I think in other scenarios, like you could have been pissed that I swung the arm, and I could have been pissed that I had to jump up and clean, and Quicks could have been pissed because he was like worried about the production getting fucked up, and no one got upset. It was like, we have an issue, we're gonna resolve it, and it's gonna be okay, and that's the end of it. So for me, like that was actually a highlight. Like oddly enough, you know, in crisis, there's great opportunity, and that was like a crisis moment where I thought I fucked up your laptop, dude. I was like, oh no, I just destroyed Seb's laptop. We have 4 more hours of streaming to do. What the fuck are we gonna do? And we figured it out.
Yeah. No, it was beautiful. All I could think was like, oh shit, I fucked up my laptop. It was like, I should not have put the water there. But exactly what Marie says, it was just like so synergistic. And I think it was also just a testament to us over the last 2 days, like myself, Maurice, and Quicks, just like figuring shit out, like just keeping it. Like, obviously, we like if one person was more stressed than the other one would calm the other one down, and vice versa. And then we were like kind of just, but it all just worked out. And I think that's also just like showed exactly how over the last however many years we've like built up the skills to get to a place where we could actually manage something like this. And it was just a perfect trifecta between the 3 of us. So shout out to you boys. Like, would not have been able to do it with either of you. And like, it just, yeah, it's amazing that we actually achieved that, like almost 10 hours of streaming, and it looks great. Maurice did an incredible job with the background. Like that was basically all him setting up all the stuff and everything, you know, and all that. So it honestly just felt so like official and legit. So I'm excited for what we pick up.
And just for real quick, Chris, before you jump back in, just for anyone watching or anyone curious, like when we entered this whole thing, like Seb and I kind of made an agreement, like I'll be on top of content, I'll be on top of like questions, I'll be on top of like the visual layout of the space, and then he would be in charge of like logistics and tech and layouts and managing the teams. And we didn't even have we didn't even really think of the production side of things either. And then when we got Quicks involved, it was like, oh my god, we also need a full-time producer on this for the show. So it's a pretty incredible like we divided, we conquered, we executed, and we also stepped up in areas when we needed to on different, areas that might not have been our like responsibility. So just wanted to throw that out there too. Like these things take a lot of work.
One last thing, just on that note, to follow with Maurice is exactly like he said with the production point. Thank God Quicks has been using OBS for as long as he has, like, because we should have just made the decision early on to just swap. Because I mean, I did say it in the stream a couple of times, but for anyone watching who didn't see, like, we legitimately were going to use StreamYard because that's what we were kind of like used to. And we were trying to troubleshoot all these issues, like how do we get the overlays to work? And actually, I think maybe this is a good time because we're about 20 minutes in to actually like screen share a little bit, just because I think it's cool for us to, have a look at this. But essentially we were like, oh shit, okay, how are we going to get these overlays to work? Like if we look at the live stream here, we've got like this shows the miles that Mint has run, the miles he has to run. So obviously if people donate, this goes up, and then his heartbeat and his miles per minute or whatever, the donations raised here and all that kind of thing. So we were going to try and do this on StreamYard. You can't. You have to kind of hack it together. We were like, oh, damn it. Like we have to run a StreamYard through an RTMP server or something like that. Like in New York, a server in New York, then run that into OBS. So we're streaming StreamYard into OBS through a server, then through that server into OBS, so we can put the overlays on top. But then there's all these other issues, like when it comes to like getting there's latency. There was quite a lot of latency. It was about 3 to 4 seconds. I think when we got it direct from OBS, it was about 2 seconds, maybe 2 to 3 seconds still, but it was a bit better. So we literally were like last minute, like the day before, we're like, shit, we just have to change it. I mean, luckily I'd mapped out kind of the scenes and like where the cameras would be placed and stuff like that. So I could give that to Quicks, and Quicks could just like put it all together. Like he did all the layouts here and made sure everything looked good. Like, all these different, if we scrub through like all these different layouts, and he was editing stuff on the fly to add stuff. Here's our favorite interview here with Hammer and all the technical difficulties that went with it. There's the absolute unit that is Mint. So it just really like is incredible that it looked this good, and it all came together like at the end there. So yeah, thank God for OBS and thank God for Quick's OBS skills. But I honestly think we're all super proud of how this turned out. So I mean, look at that background, man. Sheesh.
Yeah, so sick. I love the backdrop and I love the outfit changes as well. I thought that was brilliant.
We were thinking of like for me personally, it was one of those things where like I've been collecting all this Solana merch for I guess 4, 5, 6 years now. And if you know me well, you know that like I don't really wear it. Like I have it, I collect it, I love it, I want it all, but I don't have opportunities where I wear it because I don't wear a lot of like Solana stuff publicly. So this was like one of those opportunities where I was just so fucking excited to wear all of my Solana merch and like showcase it. And I'm an advocate and a firm believer. Like it sounds odd, but like food and fashion are at the forefront of culture. I think I said this on stream a few times. And there is like this aesthetic for Solana, like where like people wear these Solana branded merch and it's like very dark, it's black often, like, that high contrast. And so either way, it was very fun for me to get to like do the costume changes, and it felt like a fun way to keep, some segments engaging or at least like the visual side of it.
100%. Yeah, I think it was a great ad. I love the pudgy penguin in the background and all of the branding, and it all just felt vibrant and like it was like perfect chaos would be a good way to describe it. It was messy, but like a good messy. Yeah, super fun. I actually wanted to ask completely random question, but how did Pokemon card ripping go? Because I had gone to bed by the time you guys actually decided it was time to rip cards. So I missed out on all of that stuff.
Not very good. No big hits.
No hits. Oh, damn. That's a shame.
Sadly.
And what about the collector crip rips? Did you do some on stream?
We did. Unfortunately, no big hits there either. But it was fun. But we went through some very cool stuff. They've got some very cool they added some insane card onto the site, and also they did a really cool deal where we're gonna send them a donor list between a certain period of time, and they can actually see who donated and which, and then via the wallet that they played, so they can give them like some rewards.
Epic.
It's like they could win like I think it was like $50 or something crazy. It's somewhere in the stream there. We need a lot of clipping. We definitely need to do like an after movie as well. So that'll probably come out.
That's
soon.
a good idea. Sick. Wait, Maurice, you can't just bring your cards up, show them for like a brief second, and then take them away again.
So
come on.
Seb and Nick and Sock and Treats. Sock and Treats are on the Raposa team. Sock's the founder of Raposa. I've always really loved trading cards, and I've always really loved Pokemon and the Pudgy vibes. Like I got a few, but like I'm no expert. I don't really know much about this stuff, but I love art and I love anime and I love all this stuff. So my wife and her sister used to collect Pokemon and apparently also Sailor Moon cards.
What?
So they brought me the binder, and I was gonna bring it to New York. And honestly, like if you saw the amount of luggage I brought for 2 or 3 days, it was embarrassing. So I decided last minute that I would not bring this binder. I brought a few cards, but in this binder, all the hollows are missing. So my wife and her sister are trying to figure out where the hollows are. But what I think I'm gonna do is like a random live stream where I use the collector phone app that you showed me, Seth, and just like scan these cards on stream and like figure out what they're worth. Essentially just like have people like they could watch me figure out what my wife's old collection is worth. But yeah, I came home with a literal bag full of cards. I've been told most of them are worthless, but I have a 11 going on 12-week-old kid, and I would love for him to play with Pokemon cards and One Piece cards instead of staring at a screen when he's 2 or 3. So that's the plan now, is like collect as many cards as possible, and he could rip them, play with them. You know, well, I'll probably learn how to play these games too. Like I think that's a really interesting dynamic too. Like you have people that play, you have people that collect. I don't feel like there's a huge overlap of the two.
Not really. No, it is I would say it's quite divided. I'd say you've got people who play. Yeah, exactly what you said. I do think it's been so cool kind of rediscovering Pokemon as a millennial. Like, I don't know. I know that some guys have kind of stayed in the hobby for all of these years. But only recently I only recently kind of a little bit got back into the hobby. Sold a bunch of my old cards, bought some new ones, sold some more. But I think it's a really nice nostalgic thing to kind of get back into and stuff, and just like
totally
remind you of what it felt like to be a kid, you know,
100%.
Not to take life too seriously. Anyway, I digress. So let's go back to Beyond Speculation. And let's go back a little bit, Jan, and talk about like, Seb, would you say that it lived up to expectations? Like,
I think
we had some kind of KPIs or like things that we wanted to reach.
So I think it definitely lived up to. It kind of exceeded expectations in some ways. Obviously, we would have liked to have raised more money. I think for us, though, any amount of money is incredible, right? Like super thankful for everyone that did support and for all the sponsors specifically, you know, like Altitude, Collector, Solana Mobile, MyBookly, Mythics. I'm getting good at this. Solana Spaces, Layer 33, Mustache DAO, and then obviously, you know, Solana Policy Institute for supporting. And then obviously big shout out to both Kids Can and Stand With Crypto. We'll be getting them their money very soon. Again, donate.gg page is still open till Friday. But I mean, the fact that we got like 1.3 million views on the Soulflare stream specifically is like insane. Obviously, you know, like that's views, like the numbers and the streaming numbers are still like would be like concurrent would be less than that. But still, I mean, like that the engagement on it is incredible. I mean, the fact that we hit like the trending news section on the sidebar, like I remember thinking before the stream, like,
Insane.
oh, it'll be cool if that happened, you know, that'll be cool if we hit that. And then I'm like, I look in the next day and I'm like, holy shit, we did. And it's like 700 and like, I think before it went away, it was almost 800 posts about the stream, like, which is crazy. Like
Incredible.
that, I mean, the amount of engagement and attention that we were able to garner on the timeline, like I think that to me was just like such an amazing accomplishment for us, because we just really had no idea what was going to happen when we went into this, like at all. Like, all, you know, obviously there was an idea of like, well, we probably will get this many amount of viewers and this kind of thing, you know, like but I wasn't even thinking about like the general timeline exposure, right? So
yeah,
just so focused on the event. So I don't know. I think for us, the fact that we could garner that much attention just shows that we have something here and that we can do something really cool with this. And I think it also gives us the opportunity to think like more out of the box. Like, how can we get even crazier with this? How can we make this even more fun? And specifically, like, we have a long list of things that we know we can do better, right? Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, there's so many things that we're like, okay, we know now for the next time what we need to do, who we need to talk to, how we need to set this and that up. So like, to me, honestly, blew away my expectations. And I'm just excited for like how we can just improve and do this even bigger and better and make even more money for charity. Because I think that's such an incredible achievement for us as a group. Like, that just is the best feeling ever. And yeah, I think obviously keeping the brand consistent outside of even charitable events, just, you know, where does Beyond Speculation go from here? So
100%. Great answer. I think leads me to, I want to ask each of you if you could do one thing to improve on the event, what would it be?
So this
Start
is
with you,
something.
Seb. Or
let's go with Maurice.
Yeah. So two things. One, I was muted on the mic itself. I'm still learning how to use this, to be honest. One thing that I really kind of hit home with Seb, and at least like internally at Soulflare and anybody that I talked to about this, was like, it was intended to be a proof of concept. We did not expect to raise $2 million for charity, right? We did not expect 1 million views on X, and we didn't expect to have the positive reception that we got. What we did expect was to give our all and, you know, execute to the highest level that we could, and we did. And the results were proving that concept is viable, proving that concept is something worth tackling in the future. And I'm very excited and committed. And I know Quicks and we have a new debate stream tomorrow that we're hosting, and we hope to figure out a way to bring Beyond Speculation charity streams back in the very, very near future. For me, one of the biggest lessons learned was the need to divide and conquer. I tried to manage too much content myself and didn't delegate enough to other people. I didn't plan some of the day of content well enough. And, you know, I'm not going to kick myself on it. I'm just going to take it as a lesson and learn how to improve for the next time. I honestly didn't think we'd stay on schedule, and we did a phenomenal job staying on schedule.
You did.
Because I didn't know, because I wasn't confident that the schedule would maintain the time slots. I didn't plan tweets to go live on their own. Next time we do this, next time we do this, because we've proven to ourselves that we can do this, we can stay on schedule and we can deliver great content, then I'm going to have scheduled tweets and collaborate more with people and delegate more on the day of content. But, you know, for what I lacked in day of preparation for the timeline, the Soulflare Guardians and the FaZe Labs and Netrunner teams delivered. And, you know, that was a phenomenal one other proof of concept, you know, opportunity where we had a bit of a timeline takeover, and Seb's mentioned that we were trending. That's amazing. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll take,
go.
Yeah, go for it. No, you go for it. Final thoughts.
Yeah. And then For me, one of the biggest, most important pieces of this was like bridge building. And we built a phenomenal bridge with Stand with Crypto and Solana Policy Institute. And that's something that most projects in Solana cannot say they've done, and most aren't even looking to do. But at Solflare, we think very big picture. We think very midterm, long term. Like there's lots of short term things that we could do, but midterm, long term, it's a lot harder to think about that and strategize. And for me, that was part of the Stand with Crypto and Solana Policy Institute, angle here is developing something for the future. Shout out Mason and Colin. It was a pleasure having you guys on stream. If you see this, we appreciate you deeply and can't wait to find other ways to collaborate together and raise awareness. I think it's really important that we shift from being purely speculators and take our jobs as stewards of this ecosystem really seriously. So that's my little high horse. I'll step down now.
Love that. Yeah, I just wanted to add on to what you were saying there. I think I will take credit for everything running like a German train station because of my calendar invites that I sent out. I think that was like my one job that I had to do, and I think I got it right. All right. Let's go over to Quicks. Quicks, if you could change anything for the next event, or if you could do anything better, what would it be?
The gain on Seb's mic. Fix it. That took up a good amount of time and preparation. But aside from that, I think that for a production like this, it definitely pays to get some experts in. We were talking afterwards, like it would have been awesome to have like a sound engineer, like light person. I would have definitely appreciated some help with like some of the production and getting like the scenes together, because I still felt like we could have definitely improved on a lot of things. So I think that, this was, what was that?
No, I just said I like that. I like the idea of getting like, someone to help with sound and maybe like some light boxes, for like good lighting and stuff. Like I think that would just like elevate the production that much more.
Yeah, I think like IRL productions hit so much better than virtual calls. And no disrespect to the stream. I have a stream tomorrow where everyone's all virtual, but I think as we're growing in the industry like Solana, and they are experimenting more with these types of contents like the Solana ecosystem call, for example, shout out Simon and Eno. I think that it makes sense for more projects to kind of invest in a studio setup if they are going to be consistently putting out content like this. So that would be something I would be interested to see in the future, whether that's at the Solana Skyline office, or I don't know if Devour and FaZe are going to cover that cost, or if Solflare is going to step in. But I would love to see like some sort of like IRL content production studio where we can film these types of events, because I feel like that would have helped make a difference in a lot of like the quality. Not that like the quality was bad, but I feel after like doing this, like you're always like looking like, oh, I could have done this better. I could have moved this here or what. And so I think in hindsight, looking at this, we all want this to grow, and I want this to be like the best quality. And I think that we could do like studio quality production in the future. And so that would be probably my takeaway, is that, more time and resources invested towards this, because this type of content hits, man. Streaming the clips afterwards. I tell people this all the time, that who's actually sat and watched a full IShowSpeed 8-hour stream. Not many people, especially if you talk to them. But everyone that you talk to knows him, and they've seen him do like a backflip or something crazy in like a 20-30 second digestible clip. Like that is the power of streaming and clipping. It is here to stay. The most famous celebrities are streamers now. No one cares about Hollywood celebrities anymore. Everyone only cares about streamers and like AI content now. So I think that adapting to this new meta is extremely important, and doubling down on it. And we did a great job, and I'm excited to do more, and I'm excited to truly level them up to the quality that like I envision in the future. And that was my Foxy take.
I love that Foxy take, and I'd love to add something there, which is like I completely agree with Nick. And interestingly enough, like we at Solflare, between me and Nick and the budget that I was able to secure for us for this event. Like, we have a lot of the stuff we need to do this ourselves. Like, we have lights, we have mics, we have good cameras, like we have the tech and the basis foundation for the skills. And you know, something that IShowSpeed does is like he goes in public and streams in public and travels the world. And I think something that Nick and I have dreamt of doing was like live streaming from like major events on the floors of the events. So like whether we'll be able to live stream from Miami, like walking around the floor, is one thing, but we're definitely going to try to do a live stream in Miami at Accelerate and try to like leverage that IRL vibe for the experience that we can offer, because I think like that's part of this too, is the live stream on Tuesday felt very experiential. Like, people could participate in various ways with the event. They could donate and make Mint run further. You know, they could donate and get, you know, the donation popping on screen. Like, there was a few ways to be involved and be experiential, and there's even more ways we could do it in the future. So that was my little additional add-on rant.
Awesome. All right, Seb, let's throw it over to you. If you could change anything, what would it be?
Ready to go, dude. Oh, I got so much ammo now. First thing I want to do is just shout out everyone in the audience here. Mogul, good morning, my brother. Thank you for joining us. Doko, hey, dude. Thank you for joining us. Vision, what's up, dude? Good day, brother. Thank you for joining us. B. Haley, what up, brother? Long time. He says, hey, Seb with a balloon. Hey, Quicks with a fox. So, yeah, I think if I had to start off just replying to what they just kind of, or just touching on the points that Maurice and Quicks just made. Yeah, I think it's like that live streaming element just adds so much potential for virality, because there's more chances to create a clip that can go viral, right? I think content is like, it's consistency, and it's also like a quantity a lot of the time, right? I think that's the one thing that where quantity outmatches quality, because if you have enough of something, you're going to get something good, right? Obviously, you can have clean quality content, but when it comes to like live streaming stuff, generally it's all about, you know, the amount that you're doing it. The longer time you stream, the more chance for clips. And there's some hilarious clips in the stream. We definitely need to get some of those out, and we will be sharing a lot of that. But I think some of the things that I would definitely improve for future, right, is agree both with what Maurice and Quick said. I think something's reaching out to more people to donate. I think you know, we could have reached out to more of our friends and people that had the potential to donate and just bring it up to them. I think that would have helped a lot in getting some more money to the stream. We're just so busy, you know, making sure everything kind of like, you know, worked. We did run on a very tight budget, which I think is really commendable. I think like from the donors or from the sponsors, and obviously also got great support from Soulflare on a lot of that element. It was actually a pretty like you know, cost-effective stream, right? For what we did. We've heard other people throw streams similar to this, and they spent like multiple, like, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars, you know, like in the tens of thousands. So, you know, we kept it pretty lean. And I think that also is a testament to just connections in general, right? Like a big thing with Solana Skyline, so thankful to them, is that because we saw what we're well known and respected and we're trusted, that, you know, we could do it there. If we weren't, we would not have gotten that opportunity to get a venue like that and actually provide that and shoot the stream from there.
Absolutely.
And, you know, get, you know, just, and also get these amazing sponsors on, right? Like, it's hard to get people to sponsor a stream and to get that money and to do something like this. So essentially would be reaching out to people, using OBS from the start, legitimately. I think also just having a little bit more of like a better delegation of tasks, right? I think me and Maurice put a lot on ourselves, like for a long time. We were just trying to kind of do everything. So better delegation. And yeah, I think the guys covered a lot of the other stuff, right? Also, on top of that, maybe having more time to actually like push the donations, right? I feel like we didn't have Mint on screen as much as I would have liked, and maybe didn't have like those donation drives, which is something that's very common in streams. They'll spend like quite a period of time like just pushing for donations. Hey guys, you know, I think we did a pretty good job, but I think specifically for something like this, where it wasn't maybe so immediately obvious what was happening, like it wasn't super obvious that this was like a charity stream, right? people get on there, they're like, what the fuck, this guy's running, or like we're talking to some random, or we're talking to some project, right, about something, and there's a donate button there and or whatever, but it's not immediately clear what that's for. So making that a lot more clear as to what you actually, who or what you're actually supporting, you know, maybe getting some kind of like clips that we could play every now and then that actually showcase Stand With Crypto and as kids can, so people get a visual to be like, okay, that's what I'm supporting. They're not just going off of our word. If it's not a super obvious, you know, they don't really know exactly what they're supporting. So I think it's just those kind of small things, but it's like now we've locked down I would say essentially the basics, right? We can now figure out, okay, cool, who do we need to reach out to? How can we make this more prominent? What content do we need? So on and so forth. So all in all, though, I think we did a fucking awesome job. Like, really. It
was great.
Yeah, and I think we're all on a bit of a high from it. And I think just the content kind of, you know, what's it like? I know me personally, I can be quite a little bit like self-conscious about filming content and filming myself in public and stuff like that. Even the little video I put out on my Twitter that I pinned, like, you know, it's crazy. Out in public is different. So trying to overcome that and do more of this kind of live streaming stuff for you know, for whatever, you know, I think is a good way to go ahead. I think Solflare is taking the right approach. And I think with Maurice and Quicks, they are in such an amazing position to do some incredible stuff like that. But I'm excited at least to get to work with them on Beyond Speculation. So, and also just, you know, at Netrunner, I think, and FaZe, you know, we've really been trying to push out more content, you know, these FaZe lives. So thank you, Chris, for really like driving this initiative and stuff like that. I think we can do some more stuff at Netrunner, you know, especially around the taxes and things like that. And making sure people also realize that there's a, you know, there's a good option for them when they need a tool for their taxes in future. Just a little shill there. Okay. Got to do a little shill there. But otherwise, yeah, not to digress. Absolutely. I feel like I'm rambling now, but, yeah.
No, it's good. It's good.
Well, last thing, also getting the chat. We weren't able to get the chat set up. There was just a lot of complexities there. I think engaging with chat is extremely important. And that was something that we couldn't do effectively across all the channels. We did in the Solflare chat, but you know, that's something I think that's really big for any big stream. So making sure that that's a priority as well is super important. Anyway,
yeah, I was gonna add that as a follow-up. Like, one thing that I feel we will do better for the next time is engaging with the audience, which goes into that experiential side of things. Like, I think it would have been really cool if, you know, we had a way to track the chat and like they could have requested an outfit change, or they could have requested, you know, a thing in the environment changes, or, you know, donate X amount of money for Seb to wax his eyebrows, or, you know, some weird stuff. And then on that same note, I'm like, well, you know, did we have too much, right? Like, was it too much to have, you know, a man running an ultra marathon, trying to raise money for charity, trying to get subs for Netrunner? Like, was it too many things? Like, should we refocus in the future on
simplify
a little more targeted, or a little more focused? But again, like, lessons, not losses. Like, these are incredible experiences to build off of, and the only place to go from here is up, you know, onwards and upwards.
Absolutely. Well, I have one thing that I wanted to, the only thing that I think I can say, I wouldn't say it's negative, but the only thing that bugged me was right at the beginning when Mint first came on and it was dark and you couldn't see him. That bugged me. Like, I felt like we needed like a big floodlight on his face or something. I know it was super early in the morning, but I think that was the only thing. Like, for me, you know, small little fumbles happen and I don't, the audience really notices. You guys all did a stellar job. I think it went amazingly well. And I'm so proud of all of the hard work, time and effort that went into it. And I'm really excited to do the next one. I think it's going to be sick.
We're excited too.
I think we're going to get
amazing.
Yeah, 100%. I think we're going to get someone up here as well. Godo was going to join us as well to talk about it a little bit on the marketing side, on how chaotic it was in the background.
He's not joining anymore, unfortunately.
Oh no, I think he is, dude.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think he is.
Hold up.
Let's because I would love to hear from the background perspective. I think it's cool for people to also hear from like the teams
No,
working
he's
behind
not.
the scenes.
He's not.
Are you sure?
He's not coming on. Yeah, I'm chatting to him now. He's
unfortunately.
coming on.
Oh,
It's
I'm
a
gonna
shame.
make sure that I'm gonna make sure that he gets on next time.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
Got
I
to
told
into
you.
the chat.
Yeah. Yo, what up, Gotti?
Hey.
What up, boys? I wasn't gonna join.
No, but
Oh.
I think
Oh shit. Daps is here as well.
Daps is in the back there as well. I think it's cool
I
to hear
wasn't gonna
Gotti from.
join, but
Yeah.
I can't say no to Seb, dude. Wanted me to come up, so I had to come.
I wanted to
Gee.
hear from your angle. What is it like behind the scenes with everything, just being in all the chats and all that from both the Soulflare and Netrunner sides? What is that experience like?
It was good, dude. Honestly, like I think I'll start with the positives. I think that like the stream itself was awesome. I think like very little hiccups from a viewer side of things. I don't think there was any point in time as a viewer that I was like, they just fucked that up, or like whatever, right? I don't think there was any moment like that. And so I think that's awesome. That's huge. I think the amount of viewers is crazy. I didn't see that happening at all. And I will say that like the best part for me, honestly, was working with LeChop, dude. He's a beauty. He crushed it. Like the whole Soulflare team, from marketing side, clipping, putting out posts, and then myself and LeChop kind of co-managing between Soulflare, Netrunner, and the Beyond Speculation account went really well, I think. In saying that, I think like that's something for next time that like we probably need to work on a little bit better, is just kind of planning out content for that day. I think like the night before was kind of like, oh shit, we should get like we need these templates for like posts for like amounts that you just run, or like the donation amounts. I think like we had them and that was great. But yeah, I think just being a little bit more prepared on the content side of things. But other than that, dude, honestly, it was a great time. I think my favorite part was Hammer. I love Hammer, dude. That was hilarious. And my second favorite part was JW, dude. I also love JW. And I had to, as soon as he dropped that 15% discount, I was on the site. Got my chain ordered. So stoked about that. Yeah, those are beautiful, dude.
Oh, I need one
in here
too.
somewhere.
W Solana Spaces.
W.
Where do
Solana
I get
Spaces,
that?
for real.
Is that
Solana
Solana
Spaces.
Spaces merch? Oh,
Yeah,
I need
Solana
it.
Spaces.
Give.
Solanaspaces.com.
I hope they're not sold out. Oh, by the way, Soulflare team, I've got a bone to pick with you guys.
Oh wow. Oh,
So,
wow.
so guys, listen here. Quicks, I came to you very nicely at Breakpoint and asked for a Soulflare college varsity jacket. And you were like,
And
"Oh,
I
we'll see if
said
we can make a
no
plan."
very clearly at
Well,
Breakpoint.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
Yes, I did,
were
because
like-
you actually tried to buy
you were
the
like-
one that we had on display, and I told you it's not for sale. We're trying to get feedback to see if it's something that we want to put in production. That's why we had the QR code on our stand.
Okay, but you said you'd see what you could do.
No, I said that I
was
would.
kind of
I told you to scan the QR code and make your voice heard for the varsity jacket, and then you kept trying to buy the one that we had on display, and I continued to tell you no.
Okay. Anyway, point being, I really, really wanted one of these goddamn varsity jackets. I didn't get my hands on one at Breakpoint. So I've been like harassing Quicks, trying to make a plan to get one of these goddamn jackets. And then yesterday, the Soulflare team has the audacity to drop a sales link for these jackets and say that they're actually on sale. So me, being the retard that I am on April Fool's, open up the link, I go and look at it, and I'm like, oh my word, order now. And then it's like, oh, you've been rickrolled. I'm like, you must be kidding.
I never clicked on it. I thought that was a
Literally.
real thing. That's hilarious.
I also thought it was legit. I was like, oh, these are sick.
Dude,
Well, number one, it shows you
And they
how
were-
easy it is and how gullible Chris is. So if you're thinking about rugging him, then go ahead. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that you did the same exact thing, promising an NFT collection, taking wallets for whitelist, only to rug everyone today, fam. So this is like the
Wait,
the pot calling
hold
the
up.
kettle black.
Oh,
hold up.
They'll try to
So-
box,
so-
bro. Yeah, you
Wait.
brought me on here. You this is
I'm
the
gonna-
wrong segment. Yeah, I don't know how
I'm
this
gonna
got on
add-
the agenda, but yeah.
I'm gonna add here that the Varsity Jacket April Fool's link was so impeccably well done and vibe coded
It was.
to add to that. Shout out LeClop,
Wow.
he vibe coded it, and that was something that he cooked up, and I gave my total approval for. It just kind of reiterates and solidifies that like we're onto something with the Varsity Jacket. People want it. I think this is now going to be like the 18th time I've said food and fashion are at the forefront of culture. Very hard for us to do food in crypto. So fashion is someplace we need to kind of figure out our lane. Chris, if you desperately
And it's really good
want,
quality also, Maurice. Like I know you have one. It's so warm, it's comfortable, it's been holding up really nice, like it just fits so good, right?
yeah.
Don't you think?
Please,
You like yours also, Maurice?
please.
I love mine. It
Guys,
was way
nice,
too
right?
Rub
warm
it in.
in New York, but I did have it with me. Chris, here's what I'll say. If you bull post about the Soulflare Varsity Jacket once a week until Breakpoint, I will make sure you get a jacket.
Okay. Deal.
It's on
Done
record.
deal.
It's been filmed.
It has been filmed once a week until Breakpoint. How many weeks is that from now?
I'll tell you in 1
Long?
second.
Is it like 30 something weeks? Maybe it's like 20 something weeks. I don't know.
Probably 20 something weeks.
It's
I'll just
32
ask
weeks.
Chat.
32 weeks.
Okay, 32
That's
posts.
32
That's a lot of bull
posts.
posting.
It's a lot of bull posting,
Okay.
bro. It's a lot
That's
of
a
bull
fair
posting.
deal. I'll
He's
set.
scheduling
I'm gonna
his
set. I'm
32
gonna set a
posts right
reminder.
now.
They cannot be all
Anyway.
the same. They cannot all be the same, and you have to execute
Okay.
some level of creativity.
Okay, that's fair. That's very reasonable. Okay,
What happened if you
challenge
missed
I
it?
will
accepted.
give it- I will give it to Chris.
No,
He
then
can
it
do some.
doesn't count.
He can make some pretty funny shit, and he's pretty good with some of this viral stuff. So I think he's up for the challenge.
Cool.
I try. All right, boys. Well, it was an extremely fun recap and
Oh, we ain't done yet.
quick. Maurice, appreciate you guys making it. Oh, we're not done.
No, we're not done yet. 2 seconds. All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. The donation page is still available. It's still open. We're going to close it tomorrow. So if you go to donate.gg and you go to campaigns, you'll see we're like the 5th campaign. Anything helps, legitimately. $5, $2, $1, anything that you can offer for these two amazing initiatives for Kids Can, a New Zealand children's charity providing food and essentials to kids in need. Really, really amazing what they're doing. And then Stand With Crypto, who are fighting for, a nonprofit advocating for clear, sensible crypto regulation. So honestly, both of this stuff applies to a lot of us in the sense of the one is crypto, the other is, hey, let's help some kids. And yeah, we'll leave it open until tomorrow, probably evening. So if you go to donate, it's just donate.gg. And then you can find the campaign and please support, guys. It means the world to the people that you're helping. So yeah, just wanted to finish that, and also just shout out again to them for being so great and helping us with this and getting things rolling. Honestly, shout out to everyone, all the sponsors again. Solana Skyline, also Solana Foundation for sharing the stream of the Solana events account. Huge to get that kind of support as well. But yeah, let's make a difference.
Oh yeah.
I suck at doing these things. They never look good. That doesn't look like a heart. Just like I don't know. Oh, is that how you do it?
No,
I-
this
I
is
didn't
just
go
how
to-
I've seen some Gen Z do it like this.
I didn't go to enough
Oh, yeah, that's
ultras.
better.
They're very good at doing it at ultra. They like practice
Yeah,
beforehand.
I'm more of an Asian heart.
Yeah, is that what that is? I always never
Yeah,
know why you're
it's
doing this. I'm
like-
like, are you talking about?
it-
I think you're talking about money. You're like,
No, this
that's
is
what I
like
think this
the,
is.
this is the South Korea and Japan heart.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The little hearts.
Yeah,
I didn't
little
know.
hearts. They always throw them up in pictures anywhere in Asia.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
geez,
right.
I had no idea.
I love and appreciate all of you. It was a total amazing experience, and I can't wait to run it back.
Make sure to tune in tomorrow for Change My Mind, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Maurice hosting.
Do it.
Good little
Do
show.
it. You don't want to miss it. I'm sure it's going to be a good show. And don't forget, use code LIVE15 to get 15% off Netrunner. It's tax season coming up in the US. It's a wasted opportunity. Don't use Netrunner. Trust me, it'll save you a lot of money in the long run. So use that code, get a subscription, and get your taxes sorted. Anyway, everyone, take care. Peace out. We'll see you back here. Same time, same place next week. We do have a very, very cool guest joining us next week, actually. We've got Colosseum joining us, and we're going to be chatting about their next hackathon that they have coming up. All right, let me end this stream before these guys embarrass themselves more.
Bye, guys.
Peace out,
Oh, I
guys.
can't embarrass
Bye.
myself.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.